Hi everyone, my name is Jakub Starong. This is the next episode of MedChem Essentials. Today we'll be talking about the clearance. Clearance is part of the second large block of our course related to half-life. Today's presentation will start with the introduction of clearance definition, which will be followed by description how bioavailability relates to the clearance. To begin with, let's say what is a clearance. Clearance in general is a process of removing drug from the bloodstream. This can happen in a number of ways. Either drug can be removed unchanged in bile, or especially for small polar molecules that can be removed in the urine by the kidneys, and especially another small volatile molecules can be removed by the breath from the lungs. However, still for the majority of drugs, the main route of elimination will be metabolism. And the two major routes will be metabolism and the extraction, elimination by the kidneys. So the total clearance can be approximated to the cumulative effect of the clearance by liver and kidneys, as expressed by this equation. The unit for clearance will be milliliter per minute. Why? We'll see in the future on our presentation. Now let's introduce two terms. One is the blood flow. Blood flow is the volume of blood that passes through the organ per unit of time. Next one is extraction ratio, E, which is related to the plasma concentration of drug as it enters and leaves the organ in question. So let's see what does it mean. We have an organ and the blood flows in. We have the initial concentration of compound in the plasma, and we have the concentration of the drug that goes out of the organ as the blood flows out. So the extraction ratio will be initial concentration minus the concentration of the drug that in the blood that goes out of the organ divided by the plasma concentration as it enters the organ. By definition, extraction ratio will be a number between 0 and 1. Summarizing, blood flows through the organ and a fraction of the drug in that blood is removed by the organ. And for the action of the blood flows and the drug removal, the drug is cleared from the bloodstream. That's the name, clearance. And the plasma concentration of the drug is decreasing over time. So the clearance will equal blood flow times the extraction ratio. Let's see some numbers. When we approximated that the total clearance will be equal hepatic clearance and the renal clearance, then substituting this equation into this one, we can see that the total clearance will equal hepatic blood flow times the hepatic extraction ratio plus the renal blood flow times the renal extraction ratio. For the average 70 kilo human, the hepatic blood flow is equal to more or less 1.5 liter per minute. And for the kidneys, the blood flow is 1,100 milliliters per minute. However, kidneys only filter at a rate of 220 milliliters per minute. Those values are, of course, approximation. The real situation is much more challenging. But for the purpose of the presentation, they are very much sufficient. However, for many drugs, liver is the only organ that clears the molecule from blood. So we can safely assume, approximate that the renal extraction ratio is 0 milliliter per minute, and thus the renal clearance will also be equal to 0 milliliter per minute. Thus, the total clearance will be equal just hepatic clearance. Now, let's move to the bioavailability. With this approximation, we can see that between different substances being cleared, only the extraction ratio will be variable because the hepatic blood flow will be constant. And the bioavailability will be defined as the fraction of the drug that is absorbed from the digestive system into the blood flow as it passes through the liver. And despite many drugs being very well absorbed, still their availability is not 100%. And this is because these drugs are being metabolized by the liver as they enter the system. This is so-called first pass effect. And the bioavailability will be 1 minus extraction ratio. And of course, extraction ratio is 1 minus bioavailability. Thank you very much for your attention, and see you next time. Bye-bye.